This is a production of WKNO Memphis. Production funding for this program is made possible in part by the WKNO Production Fund, the WKNO Endowment Fund, and by viewers like you. Thank you.
I'm Mamie. Welcome to Local Color. It's that time of year. It's starting to get kicked up around here. We've got the season of love coming up. We've got Mardi Gras beads to be caught. We've got bands to be heard. So we just need to get right into it.
That's right.
What are you doing today, Chris?
I've got Mark Gill from 6 Degrees of Separation.
That's at Theater Memphis?
It's at Theater Memphis.
I've got Katrina coming in. We're going to talk about the Memphis Comedy
Comedy
Fest
Festival.
that's coming up tonight.
Oh,
I know. It
nice.
starts tonight all weekend. What are you doing here?
There's a lot of music. There's a lot of music. What are you talking about? There's tons of music to see. So,
And Hannah, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm going to be talking to Michael Hughes, sommelier, and he's of Joe's Wines and Liquors, talking about Passport to Oregon.
I wish I could learn what he has forgotten about wine. You know, the only thing I know is Screw Top is bad, and that's about it. But talking about things that are really good, Eric Gales is playing at Newbies.
yes.
And
It's never a
for
bad thing.
anyone who has never heard Eric Gales play, this is a guy that has been there and done that. At 16 years old, he got his first record deal with, wasn't it Elektra?
It was Elektra.
And after the second album, he and three of his four brothers that play went on to record, was it the Gales?
It was Eric Gale's band. Then it was the Gales
Gales
brothers.
Brothers.
Yeah.
And that was at House of Blues.
And he's he's definitely a musician's musician. He's one of those guys that you just sit there. The thing that I like about Eric is you don't have to be all technical to enjoy him. You can just sit there and go, because he really likes funk. I mean, he likes rock and roll. You can hear it all coming out of the music. And you just don't have to be this like super fan to have a good time and feel the music. And so he's always got a really soulful rock combination. It's always fun.
He's comfortable enough with his virtuosity where he doesn't feel like he has
He's
to,
got
where he doesn't have to squeeze in as many notes as possible. He feels like he doesn't have anybody to impress.
But you know what? That's the cool thing about it. He's influenced by Hendrix. He's been influenced by Albert King. He's influenced by Eric Johnson.
Yeah.
But he's taken it all and put it into his own unique style. And his voice is good too.
Yeah, he does have a great
You know,
voice.
he really does. I mean, Eric.
I don't know what Mrs. Gales did, but all of her boys.
Yeah.
are
Okay.
so
she
talented.
had 5 boys. 4 of them played guitar left-handed,
Left-handed, upside
down, strung backwards. When Eric was 16, his brother Eugene was in the Eric Gales band with him. And then, you know, they did the other one. And I mean, all of them are better than the last one. And it's so weird because he would go to perform in another city or another country, and Joe Satriani would be there. You know, I mean, Carlos Santana would be there. You know, he's amazing. And if you can, go to Newbies and see Eric Gales.
Yeah, and let's also say that Eric, over the years, he's been through a lot. I mean,
Yeah, he's been on top of the world.
He's gone
He has
up,
been on the
and
bottom.
he's
Yeah.
come all the way back around. It looks like we have a lot to get to today, so let's get started. Chris will be right back with his guest from Theater Memphis.
Six Degrees of Separation. At the center of this show, that idea exists. Is it the Weeza? Is that the character's
Yes,
name?
Louisa Kittredge.
Right. Puts forward this great monologue about there being 6 degrees of separation between, you know, you and anyone else in the world.
Yeah.
And it's a question of finding the right 6.
Exactly, exactly. She puts forth this question, you know, are we all connected? by some certain force, and this force is 6 degrees of separation, that we're all connected by 1 or 2 or 6 people, and everybody in the world is connected by this idea. And it plays in real closely to the play, actually.
Yeah, and the idea that, but the right 6 people,
the right 6
because
people.
the right 6 people can open the right 6 doors, but then it's also this potentially a door that's open to chaos
Exactly.
and randomness. And in the case of this play, the character that you play is this force
I'm the chaos.
of chaos.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about it a little bit. Tell me a little bit about the story.
Well, it's a play. It was written in 1990 by John Guar. And real flat out, it's basically about this young black male who
Claims to be Sidney Poitier.
Yes, he claims to be something that he is not, and he uses all his knowledge that he's gained to kind of infiltrate these wealthy Manhattan families and just kind of work his way into their lives, whether it's getting money from them or a place to stay or food or anything like that. He's just kind of worked the system to weasel his way in there.
Are you comfortable playing the con man?
It's something that I haven't had any experience in before, but it's interesting because in his world, I don't really think that he thinks that he's conning people.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Give me some more on that.
Well, I feel that he has made himself believe all these things, that he is this person's son and that he is from this part of the world where he's in touch with art and he has a lot of money. I think he's kind of immersed himself in that idea that he's starting to believe it.
He actually, believes his own stuff. That's a really, I never would have thought of it that way. Because you do a lot of, I've seen you do some extraordinary physical acting. Particularly impressed by your work in The Boys Next Door, where you played a man with some mental and physical challenges. But you do a little bit of everything. You do the musicals, the dramas.
I kind of do it all.
You're in Chicago.
Chicago at Theater Memphis.
Legally
yes.
Blonde. Do you prefer the dramas to the musicals, or is it the other way around?
Well, actually, I went to school in Chicago at DePaul University, and I mainly did, comedies and dramas there. I did a lot of straight plays there. I didn't really become immersed in musicals till I moved back here to Memphis, and that was in 2006, and then I started acting again in 2009. But my first play was a musical, and I just kind of kept going after that. So I wasn't too familiar with musicals, but now it's kind of second nature.
You're working with a great cast in 6 Degrees of Separation. Tell me a little bit about some of the people you're working with. I know you've got Barclay Roberts.
We've got Kel Christie, Gene Elliott, Jacqueline Suffel, Dylan Atkins.
Yeah, it's very much a Memphis, a Memphis
who's who.
A-team. Yeah.
And it's great because I do a lot of my work at Playhouse on the Square, so I don't really get to interact with a lot of Memphis actors unless they are performing at Playhouse. And there's a lot of people at Theater Memphis that I just haven't had the chance to work with.
Well, let's bring this whole thing full circle. I recently talked with your director, Tony Isbell, who, by the way, I was at Barclay Roberts' very first performance in Memphis ever, with a show called Hunting Cockroaches, starring Tony Isbell, since we're going to play the 6 Degrees of Separation game.
Right, okay.
But I was asking Tony how many degrees of separation he was to the original Broadway cast of 6 Degrees of Separation and also the film. And thanks to Chris Ellis, a local actor who Tony acted with on many occasions, who has been in everything from My Cousin Vinny to the most recent Batman movie, it turned out he was only 2 degrees of separation away from both the original Broadway cast and the film. That means you are only...
I'm only 3.
3 degrees.
Yeah.
So how are we going to infiltrate all of these people's lives and cause some chaos?
I don't know. I really don't.
I like to ask at least one stumper. Thank you, Mark.
He knows how to do it.
Mamie's coming up next with Katrina Coleman from the Memphis Comedy Festival.
Thanks for coming, Katrina. I know that tonight is the first night of the Comedy Fest. This is the Memphis Comedy Fest, second annual.
Yes, ma'am.
But it runs through the 10th. And tell us where.
It's going to be at Theater Works. It's 2085 Madison.
And how do you select who the comedians are?
Well, this year we opened our submissions up nationally, and we got so many good ones. There were so many actually that we opened another showcase. So we have a showcase on Saturday night, which has 21 of our favorites, everywhere from New York to DC, Chicago, Nashville, all over the place. And then I actually made our local comics take Thursday night so that we could have the big showcase for all the guests. But on Thursday night, that's our favorite local comics that we'll
So
have tonight.
tonight's the local comics, and then the rest of the weekend. You tell me you're doing something a little different this year.
Well, it's similar to what we did last year. We wanted to include all types of comedy. So like tonight, we'll have the local showcase. Tomorrow night, we're going to actually have an improv show. We'll start that at 7. And then we'll have after that a sketch show, as well as the Memphis Comic Film Society, where they'll live view a movie and then talk over it the entire time. We all know how much you love that, right?
Well, you know, where I come from, yeah.
Well, they're funny guys, so it's a lot of fun to watch.
So, I mean, how long did it take to select these people? This sounds like it would have been so much fun just to have been in on the selection process.
Well, it was fun and it was not, because we got, at some point we tallied it all up, we got about 40, a little over 40 submissions.
Oh my gosh.
And some of the videos, our shortest one, which is our favorite, was 47 seconds long. A man named Dan Perlman from New York. We actually selected him, he's very funny. And then some of them were up to like 10 or 12 minutes long. And it was torture, and it was a lot of fun, because we'd watch one or two and no, I don't think we can invite them down. And then we'd get one that was just the best thing that we had seen all night.
Well, so that leads me to the next question. How long is each set? Is there a set time? Because you just said you had some short and some longer. Is there?
That was just their submission videos, which that was just where we judge them, which is a thing we enjoy. And tonight our sets will be our usual sets. We kind of break it up. But on Saturday, for all our guests, I made sure they all had a 10-minute chunk of time, because there's so many.
Yeah.
And we posted the
You wanna keep it moving.
schedule. Yes. And so everybody kind of has an idea where they're coming.
Well, now this is an exhibition, not a competition.
There will be at the end of Saturday night, not Thursday night, not tonight, because our local comics never want to compete with each other. No.
And how could you judge them against each other? Because they're all so different.
They're all my favorite.
I know, mine too.
But on Saturday night, we'll have an audience choice.
Oh, sweet.
And just a quick little ballot. It'll probably be a bragging rights for the most part, but that way we can, give them something. And hopefully what we want to try to do is, once we get an idea of the audience's favorite, whatever Memphis likes, we'll try to bring them back to maybe do bigger shows with them.
So is there going to be a joke off at the end?
No, we're going to go ahead and judge them based on theirs, because joke-offs get very ugly between comics. I don't know if you've seen a Yo Mama battle with people who think they're funny.
So now, this is presented by the Memphis Roast Club.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have a roast club.
We
do you actually roast people?
We do. The last couple years, our focus has been, since this is our second festival, it's been more on the festival, because there are 12 of us that came together and really just wanted to improve the comedy scene. We have done a handful of roasts. Like we've done some that are private, where we close the doors and nobody's allowed to film anything that's said.
Well, let us know the next time you've got a roast that the public can go to see, because that would be so much fun.
It is a lot of fun. If anybody is interested, we also really like to do roasts for charity.
Oh,
So
I love that idea.
Those are usually our public roasts, since it's kind of a team effort with our guest of honor who has to sit and be made fun of, and us who gets to make jokes and things.
My mind is just spinning right now, because I love that idea. And now you do comedy nights on Monday night,
Yes,
open
ma'am.
mic nights, and where's that?
That's at the Poplar Lounge.
And then you do it on Thursday nights.
That one is at the P&H,
And then there's one in Tunica,
at the Funny Bone.
and that's on
Tuesdays.
Tuesday nights. I'm so glad you came to see me. Please come back.
Thank you for
And
having me, maybe.
I want to do the roast off. I want to be a part of that.
You do?
I definitely do.
We would love to have you as a guest, a guest of honor.
No, I just want to help you produce it.
Oh,
That sounds like so much fun.
don't want us
Thank
to
you
listen?
so much.
Thank you, Mamie.
Michael, it is so great to have you here today.
Thank you for having me.
We actually wanted to bring you on to talk about the Passport to Oregon event. Unfortunately, I know that's now sold out.
Yes, it is.
Tickets go on sale in October, so next year be sure to get your tickets in advance. But tell us a little bit about the Passport to Oregon event.
Well, we've sort of, at Joe's, we've cultivated a very good relationship with the Oregon wine industry. It's something we're passionate about. Obviously, we have wines from many other regions around the world, but we have a special place in our heart for Oregon. And we created this event to showcase these wineries and their exceptional wines to the Memphis market. Last year we had 22 different wineries. It was the first year. This year we have 26 wineries coming, and it is sold out, which is unfortunate for the people who haven't bought tickets, but there are many other events in February that people can go to experience the wines. And,
tell us a little bit about those. Those are some winemaker dinners that are happening. Tell us about some of those.
Well, tonight at Sweetgrass Restaurant, Chef Ryan Trim has prepared an exceptional menu to pair with the wines of Argyle Winery. They're a fairly early winery in Willamette Valley. They were one of the first. They're more well known. I think a lot of people know them more for their sparkling wines, which are, in my opinion, some of the best sparkling wines outside of Champagne, but they also make exceptional Pinot Noir, some Riesling, some delicious Riesling, and some dessert wines as well. And tonight they're going to be pouring 4 different wines paired with 3 different courses that Ryan Trim has prepared. And they're going to start off with the appetizer hour or hors d'oeuvre hour with some sparkling wine as well. You can call the restaurant and get reservations.
Okay, I hope it's not too late.
No, it's not too late.
Okay.
It's not too late. There's still some seats available, but I would call as soon as this airs. And then also, Elk Cove Vineyards is coming into town for Passport to Oregon. The winemaker and the son of the founders is going to be here pouring his wines at Passport to Oregon. Since it's sold out, unfortunately, you can't go to that, but he's going to be doing 2 different wine dinners, one at Sweetgrass Restaurant on Friday, February 22nd, and one at Felicia Suzanne's Restaurant on Saturday, February 23rd. Great. He's great. Adam Campbell's his name, great guy, really personable, loves his wines, and it really comes across. And he's a great person to talk to. There's a couple other events as well. Don Crank from Willamette Valley Vineyards. He's a graduate of MUS here in Memphis.
Oh, great.
He's the winemaker at Willamette Valley Vineyards, the head winemaker. He's going to be doing a dinner on Friday, February 22nd as well. That's at the University Club, which is a private club, but they may open up to the public for this event. Okay. You definitely have to contact them for more information. And Domaine Drouin in Oregon, they're also a property in Burgundy, France, but they have a property in Oregon as well, the family does. They are going to be doing a dinner at Acre Restaurant with Andrew Adams and Wally Joe, which if anybody who's been to Acre knows how exceptional the food is, so it's going to be a pretty incredible dinner as well.
Absolutely.
So call for reservations for that dinner as well.
Great. So it's not too late. If you didn't get your ticket to Passport to Oregon, you can still participate. You can always buy your ticket next year, starting in October.
Absolutely. We'll start early, probably in September, October, promoting that.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, you could just stop by Joe's and we could help you pick out an exceptional bottle of Oregon Pinot Noir to go with your Valentine's meal or just Friday night.
Great. Just really quickly, when people think of the West Coast and think of West Coast vineyards, they're thinking of California. So
Absolutely.
Why should people consider Oregon wines?
I think that most wine drinkers are hungry or thirsty for something unique and something special, something that is more than just a bottle of wine that can connect you. And I'm not saying that you can't get that from California at all, but I just have found that the Oregon wineries really connect you to a place. It's not just a Pinot Noir, it's a Pinot Noir from their specific vineyard sites. And when you taste it, you can really, really taste where it comes from.
And that's primarily the Willamette Valley,
Correct.
right? Okay.
We're also going to have some wineries from the Rogue Valley in southern Oregon and Umpqua Valley from southwestern Oregon. But the bulk of the wineries that are going to be there are going to be from the Willamette Valley.
Cool. Cool. Okay, well, Michael, I can't thank you enough for coming on the show today. It's been great chatting with you about Oregon wines. And we'll be right back with some great ideas for celebrating Mardi Gras and Valentine's Day.
So what are y'all gonna do for Mardi Gras?
I always make a big pot of gumbo.
Let's go to Chris's.
I'm going to Chris's. Let's go to Chris's.
Yep.
Okay, listen, Beale Street, all weekend long before Fat Tuesday, they're having just the
Bands
pre-party.
and everything.
Ingram Hill is playing at the Bud Pavilion or the Handy Pavilion for free, and that's going to be on Saturday night, February the 9th. They're giving out beads
and beer
and beer and everything all weekend long. And then on Fat Tuesday, there's a parade. It usually starts at 4th.
Yeah, it goes
And
from
Beale.
4th and goes all the way down Beale Street. And so you can catch your beads and you can have a good time, meet your neighbor, make a friend, and feel like you don't have to go to New Orleans or
And you know
Mobile for Mardi Gras.
Once upon a time, and this is true, Memphis hosted the biggest Mardi Gras celebrations in the South. They would fill the big fountain in Court Square up full of booze, and I'm not kidding. There's a movie, one of John Wayne's early movies called Lady for a Night, and it is set in the midst of Mardi Gras.
Lady for a
in
night.
Memphis.
Wow.
Lady for a Night.
Do tell, Chris.
A little bit of trivia here. You should just definitely, everyone's going to be, online looking this up. What
Lady
is he
for a
talking
night.
about?
Well, going from Lady for a Night to Jackson, Tennessee, they actually have a really sweet parade, and it's on the 9th. It's a kids' parade. The parents are the power. You decorate your wagon, your stroller, get your dogs out, and it's really sweet. It's downtown on Lafayette Street. How appropriate. And it's a community parade, and it's really sweet. It's just a neighborhood, a slice of the neighborhood in Jackson, Tennessee.
That's nice. I never thought about Jackson and
I know,
the Mardi
It's
Gras.
a
I
lot to
know.
go to, definitely.
And then, the Black holidays coming up, Valentine's Day.
Yes.
The day that we
dark
all
day.
wear the dark badge across our hearts. Oh my gosh, what do you do for Valentine's Day? I just think so much is put into it.
Well, that really you take the one you love out and you experience
And
the
leave
city.
them in a field? Or
No. You experience the city. There's always an opportunity to see something great on Valentine's Day.
Majestic is always good. The
Yeah.
Beauty and the Feast at La Cole.
That
isn't
actually
that-
that event sounds like so much
Doesn't
fun.
it sound like fun?
It was just like it's worth the drive for me to go see, because Lacole, everything they do, it's great.
Amazing.
I've enjoyed them every time they're at an event or what have you. I'm just so impressed, and they're so nice.
Well, I like
You
this
know?
because they're doing it for lunch or dinner.
I was also reminded, I recently went to the Chocolate Fantasy event that was held at Oak Court, and got my sample from Denstall's, which reminded
Oh,
me
yeah.
that you have to place your order if you want those great strawberries,
that goes
which
the
is something I
same-
look forward to
That
every
is
year.
the same for everything. If you're going to take somebody out for dinner, make a
Don't
reservation.
wait to the last minute.
Do not just walk
Definitely.
in. If you're going to do anything for Valentine's Day, make a reservation, make plans.
Get your chocolates, and then also stock up on those Oregon wines.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's
Yeah.
a great idea.
Sets the mood.
That's a
Or as
great
a
idea.
gift.
Well, hopefully my husband is listening right now and he knows to make the reservation early, because, you guys always have a hard time remembering to do that. Nothing makes a lady happier than
We're not trying to gang up on
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Chris,
no, we're not
but-
jumping
We're
on
not
you.
looking at you, but we're just going to tell you, Chris, do something.
This is
okay?
actually another one of those events where I really enjoy taking the opportunity to spread my wings as a cook and do something very,
love
very
you.
special in the
We
kitchen.
love you.
So we're
That's why
having
we have you
lobsters in your
around.
house.
No,
Gumbo, then lobster.
gumbo and lobsters. No, I always try and make a meal that is, a little, I wouldn't say romantic, but is very appropriate for the holiday.
Okay, remember we've talked about the Paris Winery? They've got their peach wine in stock, and it makes a really good peach Bellini. But they also have a dinner at the restaurant that's at the winery. It's called Ruggiero's. It's just like a 45-minute drive from here, something like that. It's not bad. hop in the car, take them on a nice little stroll, go to Ruggiero's.
Go to
and
Paris for Valentine's
Go to Paris
Day.
for Valentine's Day
What are
right
you doing?
here.
Or Paris, Tennessee.
Yeah,
Well,
Paris,
that's it.
Tennessee,
Paris,
that's what we're
Tennessee.
saying.
And then there's
I missed.
also the Cake Bread Wine Dinner at River Oaks. Listen to the name of what they've done. Instead of the first course, it's called First Sight. The second course is the second date. The third course is
Third base.
Fall in love. Get your mind out of the gutter.
What?
Fall in love. And it could be from second base though, or third base. You know, but I think that that's so sweet. I think that that's sweet. And then the last one, good night kiss.
Good night, bottle of Oregon wine.
Absolutely. And these are all.
Good
all
night.
of
Would
the-
you like to come up for coffee?
Would you like to see my etchings?
Oh, y'all are horrible.
I know we are. We are.
But the point is that there's a lot to do for Valentine's Day. It's an excuse to go out, an excuse to experience something with the person that you love. And so, you know, even on Valentine's Day, we always try to do something with my daughter.
I started to say the same thing, Pat. We always do something with the kids. And I mean, for us, you know, they have as much fun or more than
Yeah.
we do, you know?
My only memories of as a child for Valentine's Day is waiting to see if I got a Valentine's Day card from somebody in my class.
Thank you guys so much for coming. Are you going to come back?
Absolutely.
Come back and see us next week. And you guys enjoy your local color and go out and plan something for Valentine's Day.